Hey guys, wanted to make a video on my blood work. I actually got my blood chemistry, got a blood draw done back in October and November when I was at True North. And it's just kind of a lot of work to sit through and narrate through all of it, so I hadn't got around to sharing it. But I want to show you guys, mainly for the sake of transparency and to see for myself if I'm still healthy. So, how many other health professionals and health gurus online are actually posting up their real blood work for you to see and know that they're healthy? So I wanted to share that with you guys. Hope you guys enjoy. So to get started here, first thing on the blood work was a complete blood count. This is white blood cells, red blood cells, and hemoglobin, platelets, all that stuff. So white blood cells are actually in the low end of normal, which is good. The higher they are, it shows that you've got an infection going on. The only reason it would be bad if they were low is if you did have an infection and they were still low. That meant your immune system's in some way suppressed, but otherwise, if it's low, it just means that the immune system is not having to work that hard, so that's a good thing. Let's see, red blood cells, hemoglobin, hematocrit are in range. Hematocrit is the percentage of your blood by volume that's made up of red blood cells, and so if that's unusually high, you're probably doping with EPO or something like that, but mine's in normal range. Size of red blood cells, MCV. If this is too big, it can mean a B12 deficiency. If it's too small, it can mean an iron deficiency. Mean corpuscular hemoglobin, MCH, mean corpuscular hemoglobin concentration. These are normal. RDW is red cell distribution width. This means the variance in size of the red blood cells, and you can see mine's in normal range. Platelets are normal, within normal range, and then you've got the different various white blood cell types, which are neutrophils, lymphocytes, monocytes, eosinophils, and basophils, neutrophils, and so on. So all of these you can see are within normal range, so my blood cells are looking good. Next we have the metabolic panel. So this is looking at blood sugar. That's the first one, glucose serum. It's 84, which is in normal range. If you're above 100, you're looking at prediabetes or possibly diabetes. If you're below that, you're looking at hypoglycemia. I'm in perfectly normal range. Blood urea nitrogen, that's how much nitrogen is being excreted out of my urine, and that's low. That's good because basically if that's too high, you're consuming a lot of protein and it's putting stress on your kidneys. So glad to have it low there. Creatinine normal. GFR, which is glomerular filtration rate, showing how well your kidneys are filtering. Mine is still looking really good. BUN to creatinine ratio, mine's low, but that's just because my BUN is low, which is actually a good thing. It means that I have a low nitrogen load in my kidneys, and the only reason that this would be a concern is if creatinine was really high and that threw that ratio off, but it's fine. So sodium, potassium, chloride, all my electrolytes are within normal range. And we just have a few other things. Protein is normal. Oh, wow, protein's normal on 6 years on a vegan diet. Who would have thought? Albumin, globulin, everything you can see is in normal range. These last two, AST and ALT, these are liver enzymes, and we'll show that if they're elevated, that means the liver's inflamed, but my liver's in great shape here, as we can see. Next up is the lipid panel. So this is looking at cholesterol, LDL, HDL, that kind of thing. So my total cholesterol is 136, which is well below the 150 mark to make you pretty much heart attack proof. Now, the U.S. government says that, you got to be below 200 to be heart healthy. Well, you can definitely still have a heart attack anywhere from 150 to 200. And the research is pretty clear from the Framingham study that if you want to avoid coronary heart disease, get your cholesterol below 150. And the best way to do that is to stop eating cholesterol. And animals make cholesterol. Just humans are like any other animal and make their own cholesterol. You do not need to be eating any extra cholesterol from your diet. All animal foods have cholesterol. All plant foods have so little cholesterol it's essentially negligible. So eat plants and keep your cholesterol down and reduce your risk of heart attack. Statin drugs are only going to interfere with the cholesterol that your body makes endogenously. They're not going to
slap the cheeseburger out of your hand, and stop any of the cholesterol that you're just shoving in your face every day. So if you want to get your cholesterol down, don't eat cholesterol. Statin drugs are pretty much just going to pickle your liver and possibly cause you Alzheimer's, and really don't do much to reduce the incidence of cardiac mortality, although they will lower your numbers on your blood work. But, that's just brass on the Titanic. HDL cholesterol is low. This is actually a good thing. Your HDL cholesterol, or your supposed good cholesterol that go around and sweep up the bad cholesterol, the LDL. And so normally they tell people, oh, you want 40 or better. This means that your body is taking out the trash, so to speak. But since I'm not consuming any extraneous cholesterol, the HDL didn't have a lot of work to do, and it really should be low, even though basically the idea that it's over 40 is based on the standard American diet. And if you really want to be heart disease proof, you want your total cholesterol under 150, and the HDL really doesn't matter. And in fact, if it is elevated, it's a sign that there's too much garbage truck action going on, and you should think about a dietary change. So VLDL, LDL, everything is totally in range here. And let's move on to the next page. We've got vitamin D. So this was actually on the low end of normal for me. The regular range should be 30 to 100. I'm at 38. I'd really like to be in the 50 to 60 range. So based on this, I'm not in any danger of serious harm, but I am going to start supplementing again for the time being, especially now that I live in Northern California. It's been pretty much raining constantly, and going to need a little help from supplement just to keep those levels up high, because I just don't, there's too many negative factors of having a low vitamin D. It's definitely important for vegans because vitamin D is essentially a hormone that animals create when their skin is exposed to sunlight. So plants don't really create vitamin D, but animals do. Really, if you're living in a sunny enough area, you should be able to create all the vitamin D you need. But if you're outside above, say, Santa Barbara, California, you really should consider supplementing here. So that's what I'm going to do, just stay on the safe side. Last up is my vitamin B12. So this is interesting. You see on the bottom here, my vitamin B12 was 251, which is also on the low end of normal. And so just to make sure I wasn't in any danger of deficiency, I actually got a methylmalonic acid test as well. And this basically tests for B12 analogs. And so we can see my B12 analogs are actually pretty darn high here. So this means that some of the B12 that this vitamin B12 test is picking up may be B12 analogs. So I could be in danger of a deficiency here. So I am going to ramp back up my B12 supplementation. So basically you can see overall here everything is pretty much looking good. I am on the low end of normal for B12 and D. I had dialed back my supplementation of both. I wasn't supplementing any D, and I was only supplementing occasionally vitamin B12, and I've gone back to supplementing them every day. I really suggest if you're concerned about your health, whether you're vegan or otherwise, you get blood work periodically. This is the first I've had in several years, and it's good to know that things are still looking well, and it gives me some idea of where to go next. I really think that if you're going to follow any sort of health guru, anybody dispenses health information online, you want to make sure that they're being honest with you about their own health results. There's a lot of overweight health gurus out there, a lot of people who pretend to be healthy or sell some sort of program that may not actually be that healthy. And one of the great ways to show is supplying your own blood work data. So that's what I've laid out here. So you guys have it all there to make your own decisions on. And I've posted, pictures of the exact blood work, not just told you what the results are. So I want to be transparent here. So I hope this was helpful for you. If you guys have any questions, leave me a comment down below. Happy to answer questions on this. And if you want to do a consult with me, you can click the link below in the About section, and it will direct you to.
So there you have it. Hope you guys got a lot out of that. I'm going to supplement with vegan D3 and B12 on a more regular basis. I've been basically for the past 2 months been taking it every day, and so probably do another follow-up blood work later this year. But that's pretty much my plan. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you got something out of it. I'll catch you guys next video.